Hello friends, Vengeancer here. We are back at Fadus today. I've been here for about 25 minutes, give or take. And I haven't gotten anything, which frustrates the heck out of me because I'm at 300% drop rate and I have yet to get even like a pity piece. It's a little frustrating. However, I am definitely mastering the art form of dance fighting. We were just dancing all over the freaking place on them. That's cool. We'll get all kinds of loot from that. But yes, we are dancing our way to victory here. Using my kind of new skill rotation. It's not too uncomfortable in terms of grinding. Yeah, I gotta do more key movements, but at least it's all left-hand movements. And mostly mouse movements, I guess. I guess that kind of equates to all movements. Most of the movements that I have to do is just double tapping directionals. And that's just to get that wizard insta-cast activated. Of course, you can teleport as well and do it. But it makes a heck of a difference. Why I didn't grind like this before, I don't know. But we're no longer a caster, we're a dance fighter. We just jump everywhere. Teleport, jump, hop, skip, jump, cast, jump, teleport. It makes me laugh. But no, I'm still grinding Fadus. As long as the treasure event goes on. I need to put in some hours and grind anyway. So might as well do it over here. Oh, I didn't get the insta cast on that one. I was too slow. But the Fadus is definitely a more pleasant grind than sheer runs. I'm very happy with the treasure event. Whoops, hit the wrong key. Oh, come on. Let me see. What's the damage on that? Not bad. We'll go back down here. Back and forth. Round in a circle. Whether or not grinding this way makes me gain more trash loot or not, it definitely makes the wizard grind more enjoyable for me. Because it changes the wizard grind completely. You go from trying to think about what skills to use when. You still kind of have to remember which skills are on cooldown once you use them. But before, it was like, okay, I can do the lightning rotation, now I can do the fire rotation. And you're holding your right mouse button a lot because it's easy to fall into that trap. I kind of did it there because I was playing one-handed for a second. But it's easy to fall into that trap because it's lazy grinding. But now I'm not worried about so much what combo I can do. I'm worried about which movement skill I can use. So whether I use magic evasion, teleport, which is that, magic evasion, or Earth's response, instead of which skill element is on cooldown. And then I just kind of weave skills in between, and it makes it easier to keep my add-ons up because it makes it easier to stagger. Also, I need to turn the chat off. There we go. That's the other thing that I needed to mention. Let me kill this guy real quick. Get the Marnie, great Marnie stone for Fadus, so we're slowly getting it done. We got 20,000 and we're at almost 5,000. But it's very strange to me that I haven't even gotten a pity piece being at 300%. You know, you run that much stuff and you kind of expect to get at least something. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's my client. Maybe I need to do a PC restart to kind of reset the server connection and reset my RNG. I know that's kind of like a tinfoil hat thing, but I missed that guy. But I really do believe it works. Resetting your connection kind of resets the RNG. Ooh, we got another pack that's protecting the loot crates. We'll jump up here and take care of this real quick. Get all kinds of drops from those. Usually it's like Blackstones, Spirit Dust, that kind of stuff. But it's still kind of good. Kind of open one of these times while I'm recording that it'll drop the full piece and I'll get it on film. Makes for good content. Lots of armor stones. Oops. Decided to kiss a rock there for a second. I don't know why, but I did. So, I guess still grinding a lot of silver passively every day just by doing turn-ins and fishing. I kind of went over that yesterday whenever I was finishing up the rift bosses. Which I do make a point to do the rift bosses once they hit 12 and then let them all respawn. Because there's a chance you can make several 100 million silver from it. It's just a nice bit of silver that you wouldn't otherwise have. I mean, unless you just grind all the time. I wish I could be. I wish I could blame my laziness in game for my lack of progress recently, but unfortunately I can't. It's my lack of laziness to be blamed for my lack of progress, because I've been very busy away from the computer. So, yesterday, out on my adventures, I spent the day doing some BDO in real life stuff. Basically, I was material gathering. Hey, look, there's a potion pity piece. I was basically doing BDO stuff in real life. I was material gathering. I've been tasked with building us a second mini coop for our new incoming birds. We have our current, for people that are curious about the whole farm thing, and maybe I'll film this in the future just to kind of go over what we are running as far as all of our birds go. But we got rid of some of our birdies because they were a smaller breed of bird, and those little chickens don't lay very big eggs. We wanted the large or extra large eggs, so we kind of replaced them with other ones. And we have a breed of hen that is called Cinnamon Queen. We have 7 of those and a rooster that is that breed as well, which sounds very strange calling a rooster a Cinnamon Queen, but that's what the bird breed is. And he's a big boy. He's like the size of a turkey. He's huge. So we got those, and then we have 2 that are barred rocks, and then we have 6 Rhode Island Reds. So we have 15 laying hens and 1 rooster, and we have about another 15 hens coming, but they hatched at the hatchery like yesterday or today, and they are supposed to ship here from a few hours down south or east. I forget exactly where they're coming from, but they're coming from the hatchery, and my sister raises all these birds and stuff, so she's got all of the incubators and brooder and heat lamps and stuff set up, and we don't right now. So she's going to take them for a bit, and then once they're about a month old, several weeks old, we will take them from her because they'll no longer need heat lamps. So we can just put them in the coop, but they can't go in with the big chicks because the big chicks will basically peck them to death. They'll pick on them and stuff until they die. So we have to build a smaller secondary coop to house them until they're big enough to go in with the main flock. So that's what I'm tasked with doing. Well, yesterday I went resource gathering. We've got a bunch of old buildings and stuff, and old barns and just other things on the backside of the property, and we've got different stacks of lumber and just things all around the property. So I'm trying to reuse a lot of that stuff so I don't end up having to buy anything. So I went and spent the day gathering all kinds of stuff. I got all kinds of lumber. I got a couple of barn doors. I've got an old hutch that used to house rabbit cages. I'm going to kind of use that as framing and do that, kind of convert that over to our little brooder den thing, and then just retrofit that and convert it. So that's what I spent my day yesterday doing. Today I have to do some repairs on stuff, and then spend the next few days figuring out how to what I want to do as far as building our secondary enclosure. So, very busy outside of game. We'll see how it goes, and maybe if I free up enough time and get things figured out well enough so I know what I'm doing, maybe I can take the camera along. I don't know. We'll see. My wife's always pushing me to take the camera. So, I don't know. Don't know. But I am, for the most part right now, spending some time grinding BDO because these potions that I currently, or these scrolls, whatever you want to call them, I have on, have an expiration date. So if I don't grind them, they're going to expire. Plus, I wanted to give you all a little quick video, just kind of updating on everything that I've been doing. Because that's always nice. And it's always good for me to relay the fact that I've kind of figured out the better way to play the wizard from what I was doing, and I'm having a lot more fun grinding it. So I don't feel nearly as frustrated. Granted, the numbers still are not going to be as good as one of the newer overtuned classes, but you know, I don't know if Pearl Abyss is going to do this to classes. Like, this is the only real complaint that I have, and it's not, this isn't just a wizard problem, this is an older class problem. They've done it to Kunoichi, and they've done it to several other classes as well, but it seems like the older classes that were in the game from launch, like early on, have this problem where they're just falling behind. Their power creep is just not there, and now all the newer classes are overtuned and do like significant amounts more damage. So I don't know why even have 26 classes if only a few of them are really meta viable in game. Otherwise, you kind of at a disadvantage. I don't understand, but I never did understand why games or developers of games do that, to where they like make stuff and then they do like updates and it pretty much just makes the older stuff obsolete. And it's like, I know games have to evolve, but why do it that way? Why not just increase the power of the early classes? Like, bring them up to date. That's the purpose of balancing patches, right? But I don't know. Of course, I completely missed that guy. But this is what I'm doing today. This one's just going to be a quick video. I don't really have much to relay. I just kind of wanted to give a heads up what's going on and be a little bit of something to listen to for a little bit. I've kind of made my last week worth of content about relearning and figuring out Wizard Succession and just where I'm going in the game instead of complaining. You know, like you said, I love theory crafting and I like to take whatever class I'm playing and push it to its limits, and if it falls behind other classes, well, at the end of the day, that isn't anyone's fault except for Pearl Abyss's. So what we do with that is we just make the best we can out of the class. I'm not going to abandon. I mean, it'd be the same if I was a warrior or a berserker and they ended up falling off hard. I wouldn't abandon them either. I'd just figure out how to adapt and make it the best that I could. Because ultimately, that's what an MMORPG is about, is overcoming obstacles in the game along your character's journey. You know, as an example, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, you don't always have the best builds or the best character background or sheets or whatever, and you always, your mission throughout the campaign is to figure out how to overcome what's in front of you that is presented by the Dungeon Master in the best way that you can, using what you have. You can't just re-roll anytime you want, you know? And I kind of tend to play my RPGs like that, you know, like the old tabletop style. It's like, this is what you're working with. Here's your obstacles. You got to figure out how to overcome it, regardless of if you're not suited the best for it. But there's always a way. You just got to figure it out. And if this way for Wizard ends up that I have to grind 50% more hours or double the amount of hours to get the same amount of trash loot as somebody else, well, that's just what we're going to have to freaking do. At the end of the day, it's about the time that you have in the game, and it's about the journey and how much fun you have. It's not about just min-maxing all the time. I know for some people it is, but I don't know how you can have fun do that. I like figuring out problems, and I like the difficulty and the adversary. Where's that little yellow light at over there? So, the more difficult something is, the more fun I have trying to overcome it. Well, a lot of times on some games, playing by myself, I would just like put it on as hard a difficulty as good, and I'd struggle and die over and over and over and over and over again. But when I finally beat it, it felt like it was worth something, you know? And instead of just running through the game as much as I could. But that's where we are. The other thing that I wanted to touch on is sometimes my videos have been, most of the time, they've been uploading later. And that's because instead of being at noon, I'll get them uploaded at like 10 or 11, and then they just won't finish processing. The HD won't process, so I end up having to schedule it for 2, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon just to get the HD processed. But that's all I wanted to touch on. I'll finish this hour out and see what I get. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed the content. I know it's not much, and I've been trying to figure out where I want to go and do, but we're just kind of in that limbo in BDO where I got a lot of grinding I need to do, and I don't have the time to do it. So we're going to have a lot of content that's kind of the same over the next few weeks. And I'm trying to put out a Last Chaos video once a week, just to kind of give a little bit of variety. And I got a lot of grinding to do on there too, so this stuff is pretty much what I am working on. But that's all I got, so enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. So as always, until next time.